Yeah, la 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 la. All right, so I just wanted to check in and talk to you all about my day in the tea house. Went ahead and opened up this, it's a stainless steel drum, and it has about 50 of these cakes in it. This is the Green Mark 2011, smelling really good. The humidity was 50%, and the temperature was 73 degrees. Probably a little low on both fronts there, but you know, that's what we're working with. Smells really nice, and I've been drinking it. I brewed it, and I made up a bunch of samples, 10 grams. And one of the reasons why was just because, I'd gotten that cake out. I wanted to taste it. I'd already broken into the cake, and so then I broke it up into ounces and these 10 gram samples. Another reason is because I made a new tea friend online, and he went ahead and ordered a t-shirt and another sample from me, so I'm gonna throw this one in as well. I have a little story to share with everyone. Yesterday I went down to a swimming hole, and we were on the drive. This is a place I used to go as a kid. When I was in high school, I would drive down with my friends. We would always go swimming at this place. And as I was driving down with my family, I realized it had been at least 30 years since I've been to this place. I was kind of reminiscing and thinking about my life, right? As you will. And I had this thought. I was thinking, wow, what if I was that age now? What would I tell the younger version of myself? And what would I change in my life? And this is gonna sound weird, because by no means is my life perfect, but it's good. So I just basically decided I wouldn't change anything. I love my family. I'm a lucky guy. I have a business. Yeah, it's stressful. Yeah, there's things I wish that were different, really. But, you know, ultimately, I don't think I would change anything. But the thing is that what I would tell that younger version of myself is to have faith and just relax. It's going to be okay. Know that when times aren't as good or when they're uncertain, that it's going to be okay. And just basically, like, that was the message. Have faith. And then I was like, oh, wow. So that's what I can tell my current version of myself. And then it was just like a big relief that washed over me. You know, we're in the tea house and there's some weird stuff going on. I had some tariff issues. People ask me all the time, are you affected by tariffs? And I want to scream. But the reason mostly I want to scream is because I just want to say, who isn't affected by tariffs? The entire economy, the entire world is infected with tariffs. And it's just total BS. But on the other hand, I had a buddy send me some tea from Taiwan. This was before the post office in Taiwan said they weren't going to be sending any packages to the U.S. because the reason is because they don't have a way to collect tariff. I can't even say the word. It's so emotional. No, they can't collect tariffs, right? And so that package, even though he had sent it a week or two before this decision came, it got sent back to him. It's actually 2 packages. So now I'm trying to convince this person to sign up with DHL. DHL will at least send the package because they do have a method to collect tariffs. And believe me, I've paid some. And that doesn't make me happy, but it's just what it is. So I paid some tariffs on another package that's coming in. I would rather at least be able to get tea so I can get tea to people. Now, just on this side note, you know, there's sort of, while I'm still trying to maintain my focus of what the important things to do in my tea business are on a day-to-day business, because one of the things I've learned recently, and I'm practicing, focus is one of the most important qualities that you can have as a business owner. And that is just because there's too much to do, and there's too many things that will take away. And you know, it's just like the steady and incremental progress of day by day that's going to lead to those sort of landslide progress over glacial, though it may be, but over time, right? He's an overnight success. Yeah, after 35 years of hard work. I've come up with 3 things I'm going to do that I'm just experimenting with, and just kind of for fun, kind of like a little shift here or there. And if you're a business expert and you listen to this, you'll probably think, oh man, he's already completely lost his focus. And I don't disagree. But at the same time, yeah, we've got to shift a little, or like when you're not able to get your tea that was part of your main plan, then there's a time when a little bit of a shift comes into play. I don't know if we'll see, I mean, these are things that are kind of I'll explain it to you. So first, one thing we're going to do is we're going to offer some tea service, but it's either a Gong Fu Tea Service or it's a cupping, like a flight of 3 teas. And this service will be option. It's not going to be the kind of thing where people that just walk at least I think, are going to be super excited about, because it will also have a slightly higher price point. I'm thinking about $65, and that's for a journey of tea. And you can bring some friends or whatever, but it's a pretty good deal. Honestly, it's probably too cheap, but it'll be fun for me too, and it will also have a sort of sense of being useful to the local community here. So if you're in Oregon, like Eugene, if you're in Portland or Bend or any area in Oregon, and you want to come to Eugene for a day and do the tea experience as part of your fun day in Eugene, yeah, give us a call. Here's the number right here. Just listing it you can call. That's all I've got right now for how we're going to sign up. So we're going to do some Gong Fu tea. The other thing I'm going to do is this is the knick-knack. I've got so much stuff I've collected over the years. Like, look at this. It's rad. It's Yixing clay. Dao Bei, Gong Dao Bei. I'm going to do stuff like that where I got to go through and find stuff. This has an amazing, cool, oh my gosh. This is just, got this really cool, etched in calligraphy in the bottom, as well as the stamp. And this is handmade, so this is of some value, but it's just one of those things that was sort of in the office, and it's one of my private possessions, and I don't really have the need for private possessions anymore. I've got so much tea stuff and teaware. Look at this, look at this tin. This is such a cool, weird, funky, somewhat, like 70s theme. What they call that, Art Deco, or like some kind of weird-ish tin. Yeah, I'll just take a picture of this. I'll talk about it on social media. I'll throw it on the website. It's not a perfect item or anything, so this has tea in it. What's in here? Ooh, that's a good tea. I can tell that's a black tea from Taiwan. Here's some other cool. Look at that cute little tea scoop. There's nothing cuter. Bamboo. Put your little tea in there, put it in the pot, boom. Then we've got this nice little dog napkin. Isn't that neat? Yeah, stuff like that. I've got so much stuff like that. I'm just gonna take it out, put it on the website. How about this cup here from Hiroshi Ogawa? Ideal for enjoying pour. Hiroshi's already passed away. Huge sentimental value here, but same thing, I don't know. Maybe I should keep it. I'll put it on the website. What else? The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start messing around with some kombucha. We had our small kombucha line. I'm going to make a little bit of kombucha and, just kind of have some fun with it. Again, have faith. Uncertain times, but everything's going to work out. We're going to have some fun. That's my message. If you would like to make friends with me online, send us a message below. Talk about, ask me some questions about tea. We'll be happy to answer them. I'm totally honest. I try to be completely honest and transparent through and through about what I can tell you, what I can't tell you. I've been selling tea for over 20 years. And it's a really interesting business. There's, any number of aspects I'm happy to talk with you about. We've got cool tea t-shirts on our website. You know, you can get samples of stuff on our website. I'm going to throw in a sample of the Green Mark 2011, this amazing raw pour that's kind of fruity, kind of tangy, a little bit lemongrass.